Lady.
Testing my microphone, making sure. Okay.
Are you finished?
Yeah, of course. Oh, does yours? Perfect.
Do you see what I have?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 8? 9? 8? 8? I think 8.
Yeah, 8.
8.
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you want to take over?
Of the Not
So
Studious Podcast. My name is Jay, and alongside myself is Mike. And we are once again back at you, kind of live.
I mean, pretty live. Not, not
Which
live when you see it.
We will eventually get there, though.
We will.
As we've been teasing for the last, 8 episodes.
See, the thing is, we didn't realize how hard the one take is.
That's fair.
I think we're getting there, though, slowly.
Yeah. When we mentioned we were unfiltered, like, we're legitimately unfiltered. And sometimes we can maybe...
Sorry.
Do you mind?
I do, actually.
Okay, so then finish you off.
What?
Finish off what you were saying.
No, not after that comment. I won't. Thank you very much.
I'll finish you off. I mean, I'll finish it. I mean...
The allegations, just like, you just keep... all the allegations against you, you're just adding to the fire, man.
Are they gangster or are they with me? Because allies are a thing, you know?
Allegations.
Think
of allegations like an alligator, right? Yeah,
chomp,
your enemy,
chomp,
right?
Chomp, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Anyways, today, we're probably just going to free flow a little bit. Because I genuinely feel as though we haven't had an episode where we really... have them keep up with our lives. Like, kind of update them on
kind of have
what's
a conversation
going on.
And,
see what flows.
Get our takes on a few things.
True. Yeah.
Anyways, let's start off. How has your week been, sir?
Honestly, it's been pretty eventful. This is like the first week in a really long time that I've taken wrestling seriously. I was there pretty much every day, and I was planning on going yesterday night, but I was too fucking beat up. I couldn't even get out of my bed.
Your week with other men and
be outfits? Like, I mean, no.
Oh.
I was in shorts and a t-shirt. No, it's actually... Okay, yeah, the tights are latex. But, like, the robe that I'm wearing is velvet.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's that. It's very expensive set of gear that I'm carrying.
So when you wrestle, how many men do you usually take on at a time?
So there's usually, like... So, I mean, the last one I was in, I think there was, like, 20.
Wow. So you took on 20 guys at once.
Yeah, no, but, like, I mean, they came in one at a time.
Okay? Wow. Oh, you didn't have them all in a group?
No, because that's not how a rumble works. Like, a rumble works like...
So, like, I can't compare you to Bonnie Blue?
I absolutely despise you. I was genuinely excited to tell you about how the last event went, and then you fucking had to ruin that.
Well, I just kept asking you how many guys you can handle, and you just kept adding.
Well, no, because I thought you were asking about my rumble.
I do care, but
you don't, clearly.
I do.
You care more about porn than you do about my fucking
I just like
career.
making it sound like you handle multiple men at once.
You're not invited to my next show.
Cool.
I'm uninvited.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I wasn't coming.
But
I was going to come to the one for your birthday.
Yeah.
That's your next show?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you have them more frequently than that.
Well, I mean, we're planning on doing it at least once every 2 months or so. There's supposed to be one at the end of this month, but unfortunately, I am going to the States next weekend, so
for how long? Go to it. How long are you going to leave the people waiting?
I'll leave the people waiting until the Monday following, so it'll be...
Oh, you're just gone for a week?
Yeah, I'm going to go see my sister, actually. She's having surgery, so I thought I'd be with her while she finally takes off. See, this is the problem. Workaholics is a real thing. She is the true definition of a workaholic.
Oldest or middle?
The middle.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. She will not take off unless she absolutely has to, because she's trying to get that bag.
Fair enough, man. You need it.
Well, there's that. But then there's also the fact that they just, like, recently, and by recently I mean a couple of months ago, bought, like, a really, really fucking expensive car. Like, I think it was the Toyota Sequoia, and they got the capstone version. So that's, like, over $100,000.
Why? I'm sorry. Like, I just... Who's spending $100K on a Toyota, man?
It's a pretty fucking luxurious car.
Like, you can get so much more for $100K.
True.
So much more.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably considering all the space and stuff, right?
I guess, but an Escalade.
Toyotas are definitely known for having a lot of
space. Escalade's $100,000. A Benz is $100,000.
Sure.
What else? I don't even know, Range Rovers, G-Wagons.
True, but then you're talking about just like cars themselves, right? Like
No,
this is
those
like
are
a
SUVs.
big. Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. He. This was the most depressing thing for my brother-in-law. He just recently sold his M3.
M3 or 4?
I think it was an M3.
Was it 2-door or 4-door?
It was a 4-door.
An M3, yeah.
Yeah, it was so sad for him. Bro, he took a video and it was like a crying emoji on it, and he was just like so fucking depressed for like a good week. And for that entire week,
And he spent that money on a Toyota. I would be pretty sad too. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, no, it was funny because I just made fun of him.
Is it just like an Indian thing?
What?
Where you guys
no. Buy Toyotas?
Well, like no, you guys just think like Toyota and Lexus are the pinnacle of automotive.
They are
like,
reliability-wise. They're number one.
100K, and you're just seeing a Toyota badge on your wheel. Come on, man. I just don't get it.
When you go to Japan, they don't have Lexus. They just straight up have Toyota. So all the Lexus lines are part of the Toyota.
What are you talking about?
Like Lexus is
It's
luxury export, right? But it's when it's exported here, they're
they don't drive them there, I guess.
But
you're
it's
probably
called
going to see a Lexus in Japan, though. They're made there.
No, but like they run under the Toyota brand. Like they don't.
I know it's called luxury exports to the U.S. I get it.
Right.
I'm just saying they only ship here. They don't actually.
No, they don't actually drive Lexuses there. The Lexuses are actually Toyotas there. They just.
I get it. I just I don't understand the dropping over 6 figures on a Toyota or like a Honda, which I guess you can't really. But I don't know.
Fair.
I just for an economy car, I don't see why it needs to be that expensive. I get a Sequoia is a nice truck, but at the same time, there's so much more for that money you could buy, man.
It's true. But, I mean, I'm not that...
Escalade, if you want a big 7-seater, an Escalade's a good way to go.
I think they're planning ahead of time for kids and stuff. And
I know, an Escalade's I think it's like an 8-seater or 7-seater, whatever.
Yeah, oh,
huge.
Really?
Yeah,
I know. I mean, I remember my sisters mentioning the Escalades were like a potential option.
Yeah.
I just don't think the build quality is as great. Like,
I guess.
Like, if you get into a crash... I would much rather get crashed like with a Toyota being the car that I'm in as opposed to
you
like
could just learn to drive.
I mean, there's that too. I mean, considering I'm brown, I'm sure I like have some sort of thing in me where it's like, you know?
Okay, so what would you say if you were like money wasn't an option or money wasn't a issue? What would be your top 5 cars?
It's really tough because I have
Prius Prime,
the Prius Prime,
Corolla Cross.
I thought about the Corolla Cross initially, but if money is not an option at all, that's tough. I definitely want a Supra. I've been hearing a lot of like an old school Supra.
Mark IV, yeah.
Yeah, right. Like I don't want anything too new because I heard the engines are terrible.
Well, they're not. They're because the new Supra is also the BMW Z4. It's essentially the same car under the hood.
I mean, I'm also going to preface this by saying that I'm not a car guy. I wish I was, but nothing about cars necessarily intrigue me.
I am, as you know, since we've talked about the auto show a few times and how we're going to try to take you guys.
It's the thing that he's most excited for when it comes to this thing. Eventually getting to the press pass like day where
Well, I'm excited to give them like outside content.
Okay, that's also true. That's pretty exciting too. Yeah, no. Definitely a Supra. Because I've seen my brother-in-law's M3. I'd be curious as to whether or not I would be able to get an M4 and have it like just like fully loaded and everything.
Those are about I think 120, 130 off the lot.
Right.
If you want fully loaded, probably more now, but
fair. I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about the car itself. Maintenance-wise, not so much, but the car itself, right? But I mean, again, money's not an option, so if we're really thinking about it, definitely afford a Lexus because then I can actually drive it like daily. I wouldn't want to drive all the other cars.
Final Boss.
Exactly. The Indian Final Boss is insane, but so true at the same time. So, but apart from that, I don't know what Lexus I'd probably buy. As much as I want an SUV, I want a car. So, I mean, do you know any good like Lexus cars? Like, I've heard the IS is great.
The IS is the small one.
What about the ES?
ES is like mid-range.
Is that like the Camry almost?
Size-wise, yeah.
Okay, so maybe we'll go with an ES.
Okay.
So there's that too. How many did I mention so far? I mentioned 3.
Supra, M4, Lexus.
I've always wanted to have the Prius Prime, so I'll get that too. But I don't know what a last one would be. That would it's tough because.
Did you buy a bike?
A motorcycle?
Yeah.
Does BMW make motorcycles?
They do.
I'd probably afford that then.
They make nice bikes.
Yeah.
1000 RR, or is it 1000 R? I don't really remember the name. I'm not a huge bike guy, but I know they have nice sports bikes.
That's fair. I always wanted to get into motorcycling.
We do have Google.
True. While he does that, I will preface this by saying I did want to like learn how to ride a motorcycle, but my parents are too scared of me dying. So I think that's a pretty valid concern. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would. They're pretty unsafe. I mean, if you can handle it, then that's it.
I think the stereo, holy moly,
it's sweet.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. Anyways, it is unsafe to.
It is kind of.
They call them coffins on wheels for a reason, but.
Really, that's a thing?
Well, dude, if you're on the highway and you hit something and you're on 2 wheels, you're now 50 feet in the air flying.
There's also negative stereotypes with motorcyclists too, right? I mean, the fact that they exceed... they don't help
You
themselves.
watch them drive and they don't help.
And then they'll complain on places like Reddit and Twitter, X, about how people are just like crashing into me, or that nobody's moving out of the way for them. I fucking think they do.
While you guys are lane splitting and weaving and doing wheelies on the shoulder, typical.
And listen, one of my best friends rides motorcycles all the time. But at the same time, he also knows like motorcycle safety. Like he knows to drive at the speed.
They don't
limit.
all do that. Yeah. But a lot of them, I feel like it's mostly in the summer. You'll see them like.
Isn't it mandatory to have like a motorcyclist safety course too with it too now?
You need a license. I know that, but like you need your M1.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess the safety course as well. Actually, you're right.
I if it's not mandatory, I think it should be because
I think it is.
Yeah, okay,
I do
fair.
think it is.
That's fair.
Nowadays, at least.
Yeah, I know because there's too. I could never imagine seeing my friend or even a family member who get into an accident. That would be atrocious. Yeah. Right?
Well, I mean, I've had one of my mom's friends did, and they were like, I think they just had a bruise. They hit a truck and went over it.
Did they ever ride a motorcycle again? It's a pretty traumatizing experience to getting into a crash like that.
But they just walked away with a few bruises and bumps.
Luckily.
Which is crazy. They flew over a truck and walked away with a few bruises and bumps.
Yeah.
It's insane, man.
It is, yeah. Well, before we get all fucking gory and shit.
You want to hear my top 5?
I do want to hear your top 5. Because you're the car guy, this will be intriguing.
The thing is, they're all going to be, again, for the money. I'm not going to... No Toyotas on my list. No Hondas on my list.
So, like, reliability is just not a thing for you.
But the thing is, if you're rich, like, there's 800 maintenance.
But it's also a lot of time out of your day to have it go
but
unmaintained.
If you have multiple cars...
I mean, it's fair, but are all the cars that you're choosing going to end up being your dailies?
Well, 1 or 2. No, only 1 or 2.
Okay, so then make your list a little bit more diverse.
No.
Okay.
Anyways, so one is the same as yours. Can you guess which one that is?
The M4.
Yes.
See, I know you too well. Yes, he is a BMW guy through and through.
Not the new one. I need what year X82, so 2020.
2020.
With the hardtop convertible. Beautiful car. I like convertibles, but I only like hardtop convertibles. I don't like the mesh roofs, the cloth roofs.
Before you continue, I've seen Mazda also has convertibles. What's your take on Mazda?
The Miata? They're good cars. I personally wouldn't drive one. It is a entry-level sports car, I'll say that. If you do enough work to them and stuff, they look good.
So do you so them at a stock level wouldn't be that great?
No, they have hardtop convertible versions as well though.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
But they're interesting cars. They're not my taste. But
okay,
they're
fair.
cool enough.
Well, why wouldn't it be your taste? What are you looking for?
It's just too small for me. It's just not, and it's not like my car. I want my car to be. I don't know how to explain it, but every car I have, I want it to look like the Batmobile. I can't do that. I can't do that with a Miata.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Fair.
So M4. My dream car is an Aventador. Probably the SVJ or an Ultimate because they're the newest ones. You know what I mean? Sweet cars. Look like they are based on a fighter jet. So that's all I have to say.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Next would be Porsche 911 GT3 RS with the big wing on the back. They're just, and you can daily that. Like if you put that in comfort mode, you don't remember you're in a supercar. You know what I mean? Like you can drive comfortably to work with that if you want. Number 4.
Really? That was only 4? I feel like you had 5.
M4, Lambo, and Porsche. So my next 2,
okay,
the last one's a daily. So number 4 would be a Ferrari. You have to have a Ferrari if you have a Lambo, I think. Or maybe you don't, but I feel like you should.
Okay, well, if you're going to have one, I have to have the other, right?
Ferrari 488 Pista hardtop Spider. That thing is just...
Do you notice like the levels and luxury that him and I both consider? It's like his is like I'm super on top of the fucking world. I can afford this. Mine's like I just want to be comfortable.
Right. But the thing is, like, you might think I'm buying this for status. No, I'm just buying this like if you like my car, you like my car. I'll be happy if you like my car. I'm not buying it to impress you. I'm buying it for me.
Fair.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
see, but that's the impression that a lot of people have, though.
But a lot of people do buy it just to flex.
True.
You can't take that away.
Like what causes the sound like with the cars and stuff? Is it like the
engines, exhausts?
Yeah, the exhaust. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
But it depends. Like the different engines, like your M4 is gonna sound sweet if you do it right. Your Lambo and your Ferrari are gonna sound amazing.
So like you have to make adjustments to the car itself. You can't just like it's on stock.
No, those cars I listed, yeah, of course they're good stock.
Okay,
but you
fair.
still throw on like Lambos are known for their like Gintani exhausts, and Ferrari are known for like their Novatec exhausts. Like it's just it brings out the sound a lot more clear, a lot more.
See, I don't know a thing about what you just said, but
some people might over there. We'll see.
no, fair. If you guys are car people, you might love that press pass day.
And my last but not least, my daily, the Mercedes-Benz AMG GTS 4-door.
That was a lot of letters of the alphabet.
They all have a lot of letters,
That's
but when you
crazy.
see it in person, you go, damn. It's a sweet.
It's worth taking up half the alphabet.
Because those, the thing is, too, like, for the price we're talking about, right?
Okay, fair.
You buy an AMG,
right.
and you sit in that car. I sat in one at the auto show, remember? And I was in there for like 5 minutes, because I'm looking around. You have your full, you're talking about tech.
Was that the one where like you walked out with like a big smile on your face? Like,
Yes,
wow,
bro,
car,
because
yeah.
you talked about Teslas and their tech.
Yeah, no, if I had a 6 car,
Right.
it would be a Tesla.
All you have is a little, PS3 remote and your iPad.
PS3
Okay, I'm just being honest. I've been in a Cybertruck. It's cool. It's just not like, I don't think it's worth the price. I'm sorry. It's a cool truck. It's a status symbol. That's what you're paying for.
So like, why do you say it's not worth it? Like, what about the car?
Number one, I don't believe in full electric yet. I'm still not convinced. Hybrids are one thing, but full electric, I'm not convinced.
I don't think I'm fully convinced either. I would do it more so for the technology in it.
Fair.
And also the fact that I can save a lot of money on gas.
But back to tech. Okay, but hang on before I continue.
Yeah.
You're saving money on gas,
Right.
but you have to pull over and plug. What happens if you forget to charge your car? People forget to charge their phones. What do you do when you have an 8 a.m. shift or an 8 a.m. meeting and you go outside? Oh, shit, I forgot to plug in the car last night.
But it's not something that. But it's like taking the key out of your car. It's just something you do.
I guess, but the point I'm trying to make is it's just not
And
practical.
like also, I don't think I've ever forgotten to charge my phone. I think it's like very.
Me neither.
specific to a
I'm just
few
saying people
persons.
do.
Fair.
Electric, you have to pull over and plug it in. While you're waiting to charge it, you're using the iPad. You're plugging your phone into the car to charge it. So you're charging it, burning energy. So you sit there for 4 or 5 hours. Now you can go on your day again. Versus a hybrid car, a gas car, you could have been there already.
Well, you have to look at it from the perspective of how much mileage can it give you, and then you base your trips around it.
Obviously, it's still new,
Yeah.
right? So the longer it goes, the more
Yeah.
advanced it'll get, right?
Right.
But as a luxury standpoint, man, again, sit in that Mercedes. The seats, number one. The tech, the dash is all screens. All
Is there a
touchscreen.
reason why people shit on Tesla and stuff like that?
The build
Like,
quality? It's awful.
So is that based on you being a car guy? Like you just thinking like, okay.
I mean,
like,
even for
that's,
safety, dude, if a Tesla catches on fire, it's all lithium. You can't put that out. They just burn down. They burn down to the ground.
But wouldn't that be also like covered on your Tesla's warranty? Or would that
I don't
not
know.
Really?
I'm not certain.
That's fair.
But the luxury standpoint, man, again, the Benz, you sit in that seat, you melt into it.
Yeah.
You look up, you have a beautiful full glass roof, which you do in the Tesla too, whatever, fine. The screens,
Yeah.
you have that in the Tesla as well, but the point is it's there in the Benz as well.
Sure.
Full touchscreen, this quality of the wheel. It's a full circle, by the way, not the little half thing going on. I do find it cool. It's just not practical to turn.
Well, you don't necessarily have to get it though. You
The
can just get
sound
standard
system.
steering wheel.
The sound system. And let's not forget the lights. The LEDs in a Mercedes, when you sit in there and you see the screens, the lights, everything going on, it's just like, it's a mood, man. It's just, there's something different about it than when you sit in a Tesla.
Is Mercedes one of those brands that are built for comfort?
Comfort, luxury, and when they combine that with the speed, it's like a no-brainer.
I'm one of those individuals that doesn't more so care about the exterior, but as far as the interior of a car goes, it should be something I feel comfortable.
If you sat in a Maybach or an S-Class, you'd never look at a Tesla ever again.
You think so?
I know so.
Let's test it next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can sit in those. We'll see.
Oh, okay, maybe.
We'll see.
Or maybe we'll find a place that does, and then maybe I'll change my mind. Have you been in one?
I've been in an S-Class. I've never been in a Maybach. But
Fair.
Yeah.
Because I was one of the Tesla Model S Plaid. Like, that's like their most expensive Tesla.
they're sweet. They're nice cars. And it's one of the fastest cars on the market, for sure.
Yeah.
It smokes about everything. I
Fair.
watched Agent from AMP. I watched him smoke guys in McLarens and stuff on YouTube the other day in that car. He hits the gas, and it's just the pickup is, the other guys are just getting going in first and second. He's already at the finish line.
Right.
It's insane. He doesn't even put it in launch control mode or anything. He just hits the gas and it's gone.
I feel like every car, though, will have its benefits and its negatives.
That's the
as well,
thing, right? But I wonder how much energy it burns when he does stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes the caveats outweigh the pros.
You don't know. He doesn't show you all that in the video,
No, that's
obviously,
fair.
But
I mean, you mentioned sound systems before. I'd be curious. So what's the types of songs you'd bounce in, like, your Mercedes?
whatever I
luxurious
play
sound
normally,
system?
it's just
So
going to sound
what do you
better.
play normally?
A little bit of rap, a little bit of R&B.
You're a rap guy.
I like
about
some dancehall too, because the West Indian in me.
I'm a big soca dancehall fan.
Yeah.
It's definitely more your taste for sure, but
Probably.
I definitely throw some on. Spanish songs hit like no tomorrow.
They do.
I don't understand the word
as well, though.
Oh, true.
A few of them.
What was the guy's name? Maître Gim or something like that.
No
He was
idea.
fucking phenomenal. Yeah, and the only reason why I know. Wow, that was a lot of messing up with my tongue there. What?
I didn't even really hear you stutter. If you just continued, I would never have known.
Damn it! See, this is why you should never acknowledge shit that you don't think people will realize. It's just fucking.
That's why I don't. When I stutter, I don't catch it, and you'll mock me and be like, okay.
Yeah, I know. See, but that's funny. See, to me, I'm supposed to be eloquently spoken because as a teacher, can't really.
You're not a teacher yet, though.
As a future teacher,
There we go.
when I'm teaching children, right?
What are you going to be teaching them?
The usual
Mm.
math, geography,
History.
history,
What else? English.
English.
Yeah. Gym. I'd love to be a gym teacher if I was a teacher, honestly, but
Dude,
I don't want to be a teacher.
Okay, my favorite teacher in elementary was definitely my gym teacher.
Me too.
Yeah. And he taught grade 3 and 4.
Mm.
And I was never in his class, which was such a bummer. But I did end up being on the basketball team with him as a coach. And that was phenomenal.
What were you in basketball? What?
I was a power forward center.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured, but I just wanted to ask you just in case. I didn't want to,
No, that's fair.
I didn't want to assume.
I used to be able to dribble well. I think for my size, I used to be able
So
to
you
dribble
really could have been the Indian Shack, huh?
well. Probably. Although I could touch the rim back in grade 4. We used to be those like grade 7 and 8 rims. That they used to place at like, I don't know, like 7 feet, 8 feet. Used to be able to dunk on those. Pretty sweet. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. What about you? Were you a sports guy?
Soccer all the way.
I never could dig soccer because in grade 3 I fractured my ankle and I've never turned back.
I actually was a hockey guy first, but then when
I could see you growing your hair out and you having like the wingtips outside.
I had that when I was a hockey player, like when I was in grade, I don't know, 4 or 5, whatever.
So what are you saying, Miss D? You're trying to let me leave the classroom right now? I'm your man's gotta go try to do hockey.
That's a Toronto accent. Though.
Yeah, that's what they do.
No.
They do that, no?
No. Hey, bud.
Oh, it's the more Canadian thing,
Yeah.
right? I don't know. I just assume the Toronto accent's just everywhere now. Because I escaped Scarborough
Yeah.
before it became like fucking transformed into like whatever it is. What are you laughing at?
I'm just picturing like how they talk.
Oh man, it's straight fire, bro. Straight fire.
No, but the hockey guys too. Hey, bud, you want to go rip some puck?
Damn, you
Papa Brewski?
Papa Brewski is insane.
Yeah. Crack a Brewski? I don't know how the fuck. I don't know how they talk. I didn't get to that point because I stopped too young. So what happened was essentially I was a really fast skater.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair.
And I went through that whole like learn to skate program in I think a year. Right. Like the people I started with were on level 2 or 3 and I was done. It was actually kind of insane. I didn't really it was just came naturally to me, right?
Fair, yeah.
So at that point, you start to go to the hockey. Once you're done that, you go to start to play junior hockey or whatever.
Yeah.
My parents, I was probably 8 or 9 at the time, and they're like, we don't really want you to get a concussion, lose any teeth. I get it. I'm kind of happy.
Probably the same reason my parents had like reservations against me going for wrestling, but I'll let you continue.
Anyways, I hope, I don't know if I could have been a good player. Something tells me I would have been okay. I don't know if I would have been like NHL good, but something tells me I would have been okay. I never know. I'll never know.
You could have been like what is that goal, like like when you replace the goalie or something, or replace the player, you're on like the reserves or something.
Oh, you mean in the NHL?
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't ever know my potential. I don't want to assume, right? Because I never got there. But soccer, I know my potential is soccer because I played that, growing up in school. All my friends used to play. Not as much now, but I played from the time I want to say 8 till like 20. So I played that for a very, very long time.
Fair.
I used to play rep and stuff. It was fun. I was good. I was mostly a defender though. The thing is, in school, everybody's an attacker. No one defends, right?
Well, everyone just wants the ball.
Right, everyone wants the ball. Everyone wants to score.
Same thing with basketball. All you motherfuckers that used to be like, pass me the ball after a rebound. It's like, my motherfucking rebound.
No, you do pass, but if you're playing like, I don't know, like 3-on-3, for example, you build, like, for example, in elementary school, you build chemistry with those guys because you understand how they play.
Yeah, true.
They know where you are all the time. You know where they are all the time. Dude, I used to score bangers in elementary that now if I tried, I probably couldn't because it's just been so long. You know what I mean?
You ever be able to do that like Pele kick?
Pele kick.
Like it's like
Oh, the rainbow.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
or
not
bicycle kick.
No, not the bicycle. Or like whatever. It's like somebody passes you the ball, you kick it backwards or some shit.
I've done things where like I did. So Neymar is one of my favorite players. Neymar and Messi. And I used to watch.
Not
Messi.
a Ronaldo fan.
I like Ronaldo. I respect him, but I'm just not his biggest fan.
Okay,
I
but
like Barcelona more. Too,
okay, so if you had to choose between Messi or Ronaldo, you choose Messi. But what do you like over? Well, like just out of curiosity, what do you like about Messi more than Ronaldo?
Number one, I'll start with Ronaldo. Okay,
sure.
When it comes to work ethics, goals, this that, sure, he's untouchable. But Messi, man, he's just he was born to play. You know what I'm trying to say? There's things he does that no one else can do. It's that simple. And he doesn't try. Like, people see him walking, and they'll be like, oh, he's just walking. No, this guy's studying the field right now. Because as soon as he understands how this game is going and he gets that ball, there's an assist coming. He's running through 15 people. Or there's a goal coming. He's going to make a beautiful pass. He's going to make... You know what I mean? He studies and controls Ronaldo can't control the game.
Right.
Ronaldo can take the ball and score and get you... 2 goals up.
Sure.
But he can't control a game. He can't dictate a game. He can't make other players. There's countless people who say Messi helped them in their career. I haven't really heard people say that about Ronaldo. Because in his prime, in his peak, he was very selfish. He just always wanted the ball. He always wanted to be... He's a great player.
Yeah.
But there's just some things Messi does that I don't really think anyone else can do.
I can't speak for anything. All I've heard my whole life was like Ronaldo's work ethic was phenomenal.
His work ethic is
and phenomenal. So that's why like I think if I were to choose the two, I'd probably respect him a lot more, is because like if you're really putting in the work.
But I mean, if Messi ate cheeseburgers every day, he wouldn't be as good as he is. So I mean, like it's not like he doesn't train.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean I don't know enough about either of the two to make a choice, right? Basketball, on the other hand, you and I both can relate.
But anyways, you're asking me what trick I could do.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Favorite ones when I was younger, I used to follow Messi. But as I started to grow, I was like, okay, I'm not 5'4" anymore. I can't do what Messi does, right? Yeah. And then Neymar came onto the scene. I was like, okay, this guy's my height. Let's try it. Yeah. So on the field, there was this one thing he used to do, or he does, his touch. He'll I can't really show it, but he'll cross his left foot over his right foot like this, and then take the touch on his heel. So I used to start doing that. And there's also something, if you're running and the ball's coming at you, it'll hit your heel and you kind of flick it over your head in front of you. So when I was playing rep and the ball's coming my way, I used to stick my heel behind, hit it, and then watch it go over my head and touch it. And I remember doing it one day, and one of the dads in the crowd, right? He was on the other team too. He wasn't even on a father for someone on my team. Yeah. And I do that touch and I just hear, ooh. And I was like, okay, I guess I did it right.
Yeah, there you go.
It was one of those moments. It was like, all right.
It's undeniable.
That was I don't know. I don't know if I can do all that anymore. I think it is pretty muscle memory. Like if I were to play for a couple hours, I'd probably remember.
Potentially, yeah.
It's been a while. It's like skating. I did that for the first time in a while and I remembered, so.
Dude, I could not skate for the life of me. Like legitimately, I'll be on the ice. I'll probably fall on my ass 2 seconds later. It's probably why I have all these tailbone injuries, because back in elementary, there used to be a fucking skating rink that was like 2 minutes away from
crashing on ice. It does hurt. It's not really a good feeling.
Yeah, that's fair. But other than that, we were talking about goats recently. Or I guess with soccer. As far as basketball goes, who's your goat?
I mean,
so
you know who I'm gonna say.
Everyone says MJ. All I'm saying is potentially consider the other candidates.
LeBron.
Yeah, there's LeBron. Do you put Kobe in that list?
I don't know if I'd put him in.
If I asked you top 5.
Top 5? Okay, I'm going to just do it in order then. From 5, I don't know about top 5, but top 3?
Maybe not from an objective standpoint. Let's say subjectively. Who's your top 5?
You respectfully have to throw KD in there.
In your top 5.
Well, you got to do... I don't know a 5. I know a 3. I've never thought about a 5. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, well, maybe now's your time to consider it.
Well, it's going to take me a second, so I'll do yours first.
So I've always been a big fan of Ray Allen. He's my favorite player of all time. As far as threes in the playoffs and shit like that. Until Curry and Harden came around, he was known as the GOAT. So sure. I would still consider him the GOAT. Plus, he won Miami the fucking finals in I think 13 or 14, one of those years.
When he went over from Boston.
After he went over from Boston, yeah. So he was still an underrated player. He had no problem coming off the bench, and as a bench player, as a role player, fucking phenomenal.
Okay.
There's that. I would put LeBron on there because I think growing up, I remember when LeBron went to the Heat and that was probably the best fucking movie he could ever do. And it's like, because I was a huge wrestling fan at the time and still am, I was like, oh, this is such a heel turn. This is like him becoming on the bad side. But he was at a point where he was just undeniable.
He still went back and won Cleveland a championship, too,
right? Which is what makes it even better. It's just like he became like a heel and went to being a baby face right after.
He had 4 or 5 rings.
Do you know what I mean by those terms, by the way?
Yeah, it's your wrestling shit. Good guy, bad guy.
Yeah, good guy, bad guy. Yeah. For those of you who are unaware, heels.
That you said it. I didn't even click, but you said it.
I did say it. Anyways, for those of you who are unaware, the heel is
so he says it again.
The heel is the bad guy, the babyface is a good guy.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's LeBron in there.
How many rings does he have? 5?
LeBron?
4 or 5?
I don't know.
I think he has 5.
You would think if I put him in my top 5, I'd know.
I know Kobe has 5, 4.
We have Google, don't we? Why don't you look it up? In the meantime, I'll say the rest. So Ray Allen, LeBron. I think Shaq is probably the most dominant center in the NBA, like by far. But then when Shaq says that Kareem is better than him, it's like now I have to start to wonder. Okay, Kareem was probably the greatest buck of all time before Giannis came in. I think he still probably is, but
Kobe has more than LeBron.
How many does Kobe have?
5. LeBron has 4.
Interesting.
That's cool.
You know what undervalues LeBron though? He's been playing longer, and he's trying to cement his legacy even further. But then someone like Jordan played for how many years did he play? Less than a decade, I'm sure.
Mid 80s to late 90s, so about 15. Plus his little baseball spell in between.
Okay, fair. Yeah. So he played a decent amount of time, but then he just like retired, and then no one could deny the fact that he was the GOAT. With LeBron, it's like he's consistently trying to prove that he's better than everyone else.
I think. So wait, what was your top 5? Did you even get through all 5?
I don't think I got through all 3, but LeBron's on there. I think I have to put Jordan on there just because, I mean, it's kind of undeniable. And I will also put Kobe. I always respect, see, much like Ronaldo, I think Ronaldo and Kobe is a good mix if you look at between, like, intersports.
Kobe's more like a Neymar.
But Kobe's work
He's more like a 3.
Right? Really?
I'd put Jordan as Messi simply because he's just Mr. Fundamentals, right? Like, he just gets the job done. LeBron is like Ronaldo because he kind of just like he works hard to be where he is and he makes the best plays, like he makes the strongest plays, right? He's a one-man show kind of thing.
Yeah, but so was Kobe.
No, he was, but so was Neymar. That's the point. He's the one that does the tricks. He's the one that scores the goals.
Yeah, but see, like the way that I look at Neymar, and I don't know much about him, but he came in as a young guy and he was the shit, right? Like he was like
pretty much
fucking phenomenal. Yeah. That was LeBron in a nutshell.
I know, but career-wise, I feel like LeBron, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like their attitudes and stuff, too. I'm thinking about it from their skill set, and I'm thinking about it from their, like, if you were put them into terms, LeBron is probably more skillful in his sport than, or, like, successful in his sport than
You know what?
Neymar.
Let us know in the comments what you think, because, honestly, this could be debated all day, to be
So
fair.
what is your top 5, then? Just
so LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, Ray Allen, and then Shaq.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me, I'd probably say number 1, Jordan. Number 2, Bron. 3, Kobe. 4, 4's KD, and then 5's Curry. That's what I'd say. I didn't watch basketball in like Ray Allen time or, you know,
fair.
Not Isaiah Thomas, Allen Iverson, guys like that. I didn't really watch them. Derrick Rose, I didn't really watch them.
Yeah.
But
Derrick Rose was fucking phenomenal.
What I've seen, before his injury, he was awesome. I'd say, you know what? It's kind of ironic, but the biggest what if in soccer is Neymar. Even though he's a superstar, he could have been so much more.
So you think maybe Derrick Rose and Neymar?
No. Neymar is better than Rose was, but I'm just saying like the biggest what ifs.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Like Rose, what if he wasn't injured? Neymar's the same thing. What if he wasn't injured all the time?
Fair.
Like 2026 is the World Cup.
Yeah.
And if he's on that squad and he's here, I need to go see a game, bro, because I want him to win it so bad. Messi won it last time. I want to see him win one.
Messi was with Argentina, right? Okay, yeah. So I know a little bit.
I want to see Brazil. I want to see Neymar pick it up next time, man.
Is he like okay now? Like as a
He's
player?
still kind of getting back into form because he was injured for like a year and a half.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It's like imagine being injured for a year and a half.
But it's his last chance. He's 33 now.
So
he's not a spring chicken anymore. So it's his last shot. That's why I want to see him win it. It'd be a cool way to sign off. You know what I mean? I finally got the World Cup after all these years because that's all he ever wanted. Right?
Fair.
So.
Do you think if I asked you about your wrestling top 5 that you'd be able to name
one? I'd just say John Cena on The Rock, and we would leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Do you know enough about wrestling to maybe make that
No,
make that
I just
five?
know them because they're most popular.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I always wanted to try and figure out like a top 5 in wrestling, and honestly, I could never do it. Like, I always think about people like with top 5s, especially because I know wrestling more than the other sports. You have to look at it based on skill level. So like, there's the technical wrestlers, there's the powerhouses, there's the high flyers. Like, there's fucking everyone that you could possibly think of. When I was growing up, Jeff Hardy was probably my favorite high flyer. It was just something about him. He stood out. My guy, and like, it was weird because I'm not all about like the painting your nails or anything like that, but he would do that and be just so comfortable in what he was. He had tattoos fucking everywhere. Everything that I wouldn't do.
That kind of turns back to basketball, though. I feel like Rodman was the first person to do shit like that.
Right? And Jeff would paint his face and everything. And it's just like, okay, like, this guy's fucking phenomenal. Fly off of every fucking... The fact that he's still wrestling is insane. Jumps off of like 20-foot ladders and somehow ends up okay. When guys that didn't even do that for the whole career either retired before him or got injured somehow, but this motherfucker's still going.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add to this. I can't lie.
That's fair. Okay, fine. I'll name mine quickly, but we'll maybe do a pro wrestling episode down the road so he can kind of figure that out. So I'll go Jeff Hardy. Razor Ramon / Scott Hall was probably my favorite. The guy that I currently emulate in the ring. So there's him too. I think greatest in-ring performer of all time would probably be Shawn Michaels. So just because there's no Shawn Michaels match that you watch that you would ever be dissatisfied. I think he just puts a lot on the table. Even his fucking match with Hulk Hogan. For those of you who are pro wrestling fans... Sorry?
This is quickly.
Sorry, I will. Anyways. No, I get excited about talking about
I know. I'm just messing with you.
So, his match with Hulk Hogan, SummerSlam 2005, Shawn sold the shit out of everything that Hulk Hogan did, and it was supposed to be a fucking, like, joke of a match, but it was still fucking phenomenal. So there was that, and then who else was there that I was going to put on the list? I think the greatest draw of all time would probably be Stone Cold Steve Austin, so I'd put him on there, and I think one final one... I'd probably put Kurt Angle because he's probably the greatest technical wrestler of all time. So I think those would be my top 5. But anyways, considering you don't know shit.
I can't say anything about this.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have.
I will eventually try and get you.
I don't like to make opinions on shit. I'm the kind of person that I don't want to say something unless I know enough. Right? I don't want to sit here and pretend I know about something I don't. You know what I mean? So
that's totally fair.
No comment for now.
Yeah, no, fair. One day I will have him do a wrestling top 5. I promise you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, get him to watch a couple of matches. Just like I think him and I had an agreement before too, where he would get me into watching soccer, and I would get him into watching.
Honestly,
wrestling.
no, I'm not gonna make you watch a match. I'll let you watch. We'll do this. This is some good YouTube ideas. We'll do some reactions.
Fair.
We'll do some basketball reactions on YouTube, and then soccer reactions on YouTube.
Yeah, I can't actually sit through a soccer match.
It's fair. Basketball is a lot more fast paced. I get that.
Yeah, like I don't know enough about. Like I just see people running across the field.
You have to understand the plays. You have to, because like for example, when I watch a soccer match, I can call out, okay, the ball should be going up that way now, and then it will. You know what I mean? Like he probably can't do that.
That's totally fair.
You have to kind of understand the play, understand where people are, their positions, stuff like that to really get it. Anyways, though, I've told a few people about our podcast.
Have you
recently? Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Just a few. I know we're getting to the marketing thing.
We will.
We're getting to, well, it's simply because we want to have enough quality content on each social media platform before we really put it out there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
The fact that we still have 100 listeners despite not marketing is insane. Yeah. So we appreciate you guys who stuck around even before we even started promoting.
Of course, man.
Right? So, like, I mean, it's always the little things that matter. And I think for us, the motivation is that we actually have people who genuinely give a shit about our content. Mm-hmm. So we're going to try and work for you and work towards, finally finding success in this.
There's a few people that ask me even, like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, yeah, it's going well. Here's the Instagram. You want to go check it out? Go check it out. Right?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Coming soon, ladies and gents. Coming soon. Mm-hmm. Well, with that said, I think that's a pretty good
way to wrap it up.
Decent episode. Good talk. Not much humor in this episode, we'll be honest. Yeah. But at the same time, if you're the type of person that just felt like you needed to have a conversation today, this is definitely one of those controversial ones where it's like you can have at it in the comments, see who's better. Messi, Ronaldo, LeBron versus Jordan. Yeah. See what you think.
Yeah.
But that's all from us at the Not So Studious podcast. Mike, you want to end it up?
Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you, and we will see you on the next one.
Take it easy, boys. And girls.
And girls. Yeah.
There are girls that watch us, hopefully. Well, because ladies with gentle hands. Bye, guys. Putting the blame on me. Got me feeling like you a little crazy. Got you feeling some way lately.